What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Crypto, and I'm back. It's been a little bit since I've made a video, but as you all know, there's been some big news that has come out on this fine Sunday, so I figured let's cover it. Let's cover XRP's movement, what we can look for, what we should look for. We don't want anybody to get got. Whether you're buying long-term, short-term trading, whatever it is, we're here to break it down. And again, we're not here to predict that future. Starting to notice I'm getting better at these videos, making videos around big market movements. I'm starting to kind of see my calling. um, but no, I like bringing y'all to information. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. I rely on y'all just as much as if any of y'all rely on me. I really, really value community, right? And so that's going to help us make sure we look at what's going on this XRP movement. Don't want people getting got out there. There's some big news that's come out. But for those that don't know, we'll dive into that news in 1 second. I just want to mention a few things. Earlier this week, we had PCE data come out. Okay. If you want to know if this is bearish or bullish, I'd advise you to go check out previous releases that had the same type of projection goal and then look at what the market was doing as well as what the federal monetary policies are during that time, right? I mean, that's what we've been talking about. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm trying to do for y'all. Is bring y'all to good information. We're tracking how there's been quantitative tightening still, and we're looking for those catalysts and looking for that quantitative easing from the Feds. So jumping forward, shout out little bro. Your birthday's now an iconic day in history. March 7th, the first of its kind, first ever crypto summit is going to be hosted at the White House. I have a weird feeling that something big's coming. But again, I'm not here to predict the future, but a few of my sources that I've been talking to, shout out to my two buddies that are out there on Wall Street, killing the game. One day I'll get there. But yeah, I mean, just listening to the sources and listening to the information, I think we're going to get some good information on March 7th. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy. But now I've bored y'all enough with a couple minutes of your life. Let's jump into that big news. As many of you are opening X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, well, X is Twitter, sorry. Um, that morning lettuce on a Sunday. It's my weekend, so I enjoy an edible here or there. Shout out Colorado. If you hate, it's okay. To each is their own. I love you just as much as you hate me. But anyway, jumping in here, this is huge. Donald Trump's message to the world this morning. U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, SOL, and ADA. If you did not get goosebumps reading that, it's because you don't hold them or you don't know what crypto is. But that's okay. You found my channel that, like that's what we're here for, right? We're here to bring you some good information. Now, again, that's kind of funny that I open this and it's from the Bitcoin therapist. I know that's why I'm making this video. We're going to break down XRP's movement. We blew through a shit ton of levels. I even had a short in and it got liquidated, but thankfully I had a hard stop loss. So it was a tiny, tiny break even little situation. Um, I acted like retail. I was talking to my father and I was like, oh my God, I should move money over and put it in a nice big long. But then I was like, wait a minute. No, I don't want to just chase a train, right? I want to actually look at levels, pull fibs, look at CVD, open interest, etc., and be like, hey, what's going on? Um, and so that's what we're here. That's what this video is going to do. Let's look at its movement. We saw it. For those that don't know, let me turn off TPO for you, make it a little cleaner here. So we were sitting around here. I had shorted up here at 227. My entry was actually 227.80. And then obviously I got liquidated at it was 27, what was it, 2740. I got liquidated, but you can see we started this nice upward trend, boom, boom, and now we're sitting up here comfortably at 287. Reason why this is so intriguing is because when we were sitting down here, I was talking to my father like, hey, there could be a rotation where we could go down and, rotate back down, right? But we blew through previous month point of control, previous week low, previous week value area low, previous week point of control, previous week value area high, previous month value area high. I think this one is previous week high and then weekly high. Okay. So what does that mean? We got the previous month up here, high at 307. We stopped well before that. We stopped right at three, I think it was. Let's see. Three. Yep. So if you're bullish, okay, what I'm looking for here is what is open interest and CVD doing versus price. And then I'm going to compare that with the longs here and the shorts, right? We can see here as the run up happened, then you got these top longs. These guys never fail. It's like this guy did it right. I was like, hey, I'm going to start the trend. This guy goes, hey, I'm trying to catch you. And then these people come in and they're like, hey, I'm going to top long. And then that's when they're like, ah, shit. Don't be that guy. Don't, there's always a fucking trade. There's always an opportunity. Whether you're trading or long term, short term buying, whatever you're doing, there's always, always, always an opportunity. Okay. Not financial advice. It's just the way it is. um, excuse me. So while you're looking here, what I'm looking for is do we stay above these previous week levels and do we start building support up here? Now, remember, weekends are weird. I don't like weekends because it's usually low volume, fake movement until CME comes back on. We have CME turning on later today. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to play in. What does Bitcoin do? Because I believe Bitcoin did not completely close the full CME gap. Uh, that I gotta double check that. I gotta go back and do my analysis. I've been doing so much on XRP and SHIB and ADA that it's like holy crap. But if they didn't, then that would be interesting to see how this plays out. So what I would be telling people is don't just buy in just because it's flying up. They will have a correction. When the correction happens, be patient. Take your opportunity where it lies, and where you're comfortable at taking that opportunity at. Okay. If we lose previous week high, previous week's value area high, and then start to rotate down. As long as we're staying around point of control, that's great. If we go down to previous week value area low at 256 and dip and come back in and start and then rotate back up, that's great. But if we start rotating down and lose that previous week's value area low, to me, we're gonna start to rotate back down. So those are things I'm looking for. We can lose previous week value area high as long as we're bouncing around in here. What I would tell people is if you're looking for entries and stuff, pull fibs, use higher time frames, right? So go to like something like TradingView, pull some fibs here, and kind of identify this blue line. I had that there forever back when this candle was formed in December. Okay, and I said, okay, that's got to get cleared for it to be bullish again. And you can see it's funny because I put that here after we had already went up and came back down. Um, and so it's like we went up, closed above it, and I was like, okay, I like it. Let's get one more monthly candle close above it, and nope, came back. I was like, ooh. Um, Typically, I like to see a rotation back down to the 382. That's why some were saying we'll see it go under $2 down to like the 140 to one. I know one of the big people I talked to, he was looking between 130 and 140. I was like, oh shit. um, but that doesn't mean that that wasn't possible, that it isn't still possible, right? So use higher time frames to kind of get a cleaner look at what's going on. But this to me was a beautiful, nice, healthy run up after some big news. The president just told us what is going to make up the US's reserves of digital assets. And it just named three big ones. Okay, that doesn't mean that those are the only three. I'm curious to see if we get more. Um, if it is those three, holy shit. So, retailers, people that follow me, people stay humble, stay true, and stay educated, right? Keep yourself open to understanding new things like, hey, I don't know what CVD and open interest and things do to the market, right? Because I keep referencing that. That's why I'm looking at it here. I got CVD, I'm looking at the open interest. I'm like, what is it doing? So to give you all a little hint, you can type in CVD plus price plus OI movement cheat sheet, right? I would tell you to start here. Okay, you can come in, you can figure out which one. Some people like the line and version or the wording. It's up to you. If you do the line, you can actually go here. You don't have to do candles. You can actually turn it to a line and do such. So anyway, take your time, actually go through. and see that what we're trying to do here is stay above these previous week value areas. Okay. As we're building a lot of support here, this is great. I want to see if we build support above them. And the more 30-minute candle closes above, great. But I also want to see what happens here in a few hours when CME turns on. Maybe I'll make an updated video once CME turns back on. Okay. But again, there are some good stuff coming out. I'm curious to see how the Feds come out. I mean, we got a Fed FOMC meeting coming up here in about 2 weeks. So I'm really curious to see after a crypto summit, after this announcement and everything, and then the Fed meeting, do we get our quantitative easing final? If we don't, that would still make me feel bearish. I hate to say it, but risk on assets. I mean, that doesn't mean that this won't keep XRP above $2. I mean, sure, this catalyst could easily, if we get the court case dismissal or settlement or something, sure, that I have a feeling there's going to be a settlement due to the ruling that Judge Annalisa Torres had. Um, but either one is bullish as hell for XRP. But I feel like that's going to give it a little pump, So we're going to see these things, but don't get got. Don't try to chase a runaway train. Let it do its correction. Draw a fib and say, oh, it's rotating from the. Think about that. Go nerd out. I have friends that come out and reach out to me all the time. How are you good at trading? How are you good at this? How are you good at doing that? Or whatever. I like to explain to people, I think of it as like a kid when you're like, hey, I want to be an NHL star. I want to be an NFL athlete. I want to be an Olympic athlete. I want to be a pilot. Well, you got to put in countless hours, right? 10,000 plus to get started even. So go put in the time and the effort. Go study what OI, CBD, and price and how they work together. And it's like, hey, 1 + 1 + 1 equals 5. If all three are telling you this and you're getting this type of structure, here's what I'm going to do then. And you can go look at previous examples of such in the market and be like, okay, yeah, I got enough data that's telling me that this is bullish or bearish. That's what I'm trying to open your mind to, right? Trying to open your mind to look at history, put in the countless hours if this is what you want to do. If you're trying to long-term hold, then it's an easier game, right? If it's on an upward trend, you deposit the cash, you wait for it to retrace, you buy. If it drops below what you buy, if you have money, you can dollar cost average. If you don't, you sit on it. You wait until you have more money. You can be like, oh, let's see what it's doing then. That's not financial advice. That's just the easiest of the two. If you're trading, that's different. Have a strict stop loss, but it is going to mentally exhaust you and show your true colors. So will spot buying. I had a friend who had a dollar cost average on XRP of 62 cents. Okay. And this last little drop down here to 193, okay, it scared them and they sold everything. Now they're like, this is crazy. It just went back to three. I'm pissed. Don't be that person. It's my own really good friend. They're like, oh, like, I'm sorry. Don't be that person. Don't let that get to you. If this is what you truly want, if you want true financial freedom, freedom from this world, and I mean that, you really want to be set free and not controlled, then you need to be emotionless. When they drop it, you need to be like, fuck it, buying more. Fuck it, not gonna look at it. Fuck it, I know what the fuck I fucking bought. Fuck them, I'm buying more. If you can't be like that, then this is not for you. And I mean that in the most, nicest way possible, respectful way possible. Okay. Now that I've bored you all with that little bit of sentiment, looking in here, open interest is kind of leveling off. Kind of curious to see, are we gonna? I like to see. I like that we stomped out these longs right here because then I want to see, do we continue? It looks like we're gonna push up, but let's see. If I hope longs keep pull. Let's go. I really do. So what I would love to see, just for people that are wondering, because I am bullish, I would love to see us to push up here, longs get stomped out, and then that's when we start to retrace, and then you see, or so I said long, shorts get stomped out, right? So we push up, we push up, we push up, break previous month value, or previous month high. Let's get above that. Let's get above 307. If we get above there, I believe we'll see from the shorts. Okay. Once the shorts get stomped out, then we see the correction. We're coming back. We're coming back. Then you see the longs go. That's where we build support, and then it makes its next move. Okay, it's that simple. Now, someone might say, well, hey, I can't afford exo charts, or I don't want to pay for this kind of stuff. Well, go use TradingView. It's free. I have it on the monthly. You can put it to the 30 minute, and go track it and do what you got to do in there. Uh, that's one way. Another way is you can actually use this is called Coinalyze. So right here, let me just go back here and show you coinalyze.net. Come down to XRP. You can then go to ADA, go to any of them. It'll have the open interest on here for you, uh, and that will help you then use going against your cheat sheet. If price is going up and open interest is going up and the volume's going up, we know that's a strong market, right? Okay. Well, what about CBD? Okay. Well, if you see here, so if OI is increasing but CBD is increasing as well, then we know longs are open. And you can kind of see that on the chart too. Go look at the chart. Oh, wait, CBD is going straight up, open interest going straight up. Oh, longs are opening. That makes sense. And that's what people are using to determine, hey, is it bullish or bearish? If it starts breaking below these previous week value areas as we did before, that's where we rotated all the way down to $1.93. That will happen again if we lose them again. But if we start building support up this way, then I'm not gonna say we're in the clear. I'm not gonna predict the future, but that to me is more bullish. So let's take a deep breath. I don't want y'all to get got. Be careful when you're out here on X. Don't let people come in and persuade you. Don't let anybody. It's so funny that I open it. It's Bitcoin therapist. That is what in the actual fuck. Don't let anybody freak out or persuade you this that way. Go do the research. If you're new to crypto, this is new for people. Come to coingecko.com. I'll just type that in there for you. And when you click on a crypto, make sure it's one of these top ones, okay? If you're starting to get down into the next pages, play at your own risk. But when you click on one of these, for example, let's just click one. I'll just click it right. They will have about me sections, their websites. Okay, you can go to Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, one I hold dear to my heart. You can see what is SHIB, what is its allocations, its website, etc. Same thing. You go to XRP. Hey, what is XRP? Oh, what is Ripple? What is XRP Ledger? Understanding what's the difference between them. Look at that. Oh man, this is amazing. So you can see who created Ripple. You get all this great information in a one-stop shop. That's the beginning, right? That's the beginning for you to say, hey, do I want to invest in this? Well, for me, when I was investing back before it was even at $1 trillion market cap, and now we're at 3 trillion. Like I can't believe it. Like this is crazy. Uh, so stay true and just stay humble. Just know a lot of stuff's going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks. We're going to take it day by day, and as we start getting these big pieces of information and these big movements, maybe what I'll do in the future is a live analysis. As XRP is running up, we can look at what CBD is doing, what open interest is doing. Are longs getting squeezed? Are shorts getting squeezed? What is happening? If that intrigues y'all, let me know. I would love to do a live analysis with y'all so we can all break it down together. I'm not the smartest person in the shed, okay, or in this world at all. No, community makes us great, right? If we work together, when I'm making a mistake or something, or if I called out a wrong level or something like that, or hey, correct me, let's learn together. But I am going to be cautious here and wait and time this right because again, it's a weekend, no CME is on, nothing, so I kind of want to wait and see. But we did get some huge news, so this is awesome for those that are long-term holding, spot buying, etc. So that is awesome. If you're spot buying now and it drops down to 250, either dollar cost average or just, you know, sit on it. Know that you're investing. Investing is not meant to be a lottery where it's like, oh, I put $10 in and I'm expecting a billion by tomorrow. No. Go play meme coins because that might happen. So, anyway, y'all, this is Kid Crypto. I want y'all to stay true, stay safe, have a wonderful weekend. But again, remember these levels if you need them. Let's just identify them one last time before I go. So previous week's low was 246. We got that value area high there at the previous week at 272. So that's the retail arena, as they call it. If we rotate back down into there and bing bong between there, those levels, that to me is bullish as we build support. But are we building that support above the low, or are we outside of it? And how much time outside of it, right? So just remember there's time-based and volume-based levels. There's a lot that goes into this, but there are a lot of free resources out there, right? You can go to Crypto Quant and see the analysis between, oh, look at institutions are buying up these dips and taking over from retailers and different things like that. You can then go to Crypto Analyze or Coinalyze, sorry, .net and see open interest. You can actually add CBD and stuff like that in here as well for free, and this is aggregate across, as you can see, multiple exchanges. Okay, so yes, don't say that you don't have that information out there. It is out there for y'all. Just don't get got. Don't try to chase the runaway train. Don't be retail. I'll end with this. I read a great book. It was called Analysis. And I read it back in college, and I remember we are reading it, and my professor asked, "What had stood out most to you?" And I looked at him and I said this, and it was a section where the gentleman's explaining the world in very, very simplistic terms that the 5% are these elites that have made it. They got it. It's not just the one percenters, the rich. It's these 5% knowledge, wealth, happiness, whatever. These 5%ers, they made it. Then you got this 10% who's chasing them. Then you got this 85% who's just sheep. Okay. Don't be those people. Don't get got. Don't let some big, huge influencer come out here and tell you XRP is a scam or XRP is going to shit. Now you got real confirmation. But also understand that there are levels to the bearish side. It's not always going to be bullish. Okay. How we identify those bearish levels, we look at open interest. Is it decreasing? Are longs, squeezed or shorts, or sorry, are longs trapped or shorts trapped? These are things you got to ask yourself. Hey, go use Grok. Go ask AI and have AI reach out and kind of give you like a base starting point and then go read about it and see if it makes sense. But also, your best friend will be comparing it to past data. So again, this is Kid Crypto. Stay true. Have a great weekend, y'all. I love y'all. Until next time, next video, just so y'all know, let's drop one. Let's do like a live stream or something on the Crypto Summit. Let me know if y'all would like that. All right, see y'all.